Okay, attorney, here we are. So, ano yung mga concerns natin as we head into the trial proper? Ano yung mga technical issues, logistics issues, preparations? Kasi syempre, yung mga nakapanood ng mga Hollywood movies, alam nila, you need to prep the witness. Yung mga nanonood ng mga Epstein, di ba? How they have to prep the witnesses, the victims. Kasi talaga, ano yun ka na, i-grill ka ng kabila eh. So, what are you expecting, attorney?
Ang narinig namin, walang witness sa confirmation of charges hearing. So, maikli daw kasi yung panahon, kaya wala nang, originally kasi itong prosecutor, sabi ng prosecutor, mag-uupo silang dalawa. Humingi sila ng permission na mag-upo ng dalawang witness, viva voce, for September. Mukhang hindi na nila i-avail, at dito sa confirmation hearing, ang maririnig lang natin, salitaan.
Right.
Ang posibleng tanungan will come from the judges. So, it's the judges asking the speaker rather than parties asking or interrogating
asking who?
The speaker, kung sino man yung magsasalita. So, sa
for the witness?
No. Speaker, kung sino yung magdi-deliver ng message. Kasi, kunyari, magsasalita.
Can you explain? Kasi baka ibang court system ito. Again, for technicality purposes, what are we looking? So how does this work?
So,
walang jury, walang...
Wala. So, ang itsura niyan, idaan natin yung program. So, yung unang part ng program, technicals. Sino kayo? So, all rise. Here are the personalities involved. Appearances. Yun yung mga kikilalanin nating bahagi ng prosecution team, victims team, at saka defense team. Ang magsasalita lang talaga dyan ay yung lead counsel. So, yun yung tutukuyin na parang spokesperson ng team. Sa simula, babasahin din yung charges. At registry o kaya isang staff ng court ang magkukwento or magbabasahin kung ano yung proposed charges ng prosecution. Sa opening statements, ito ay parang statements na they're free to discuss.
Right.
Parang sabihin na natin opening salvo. So 30 minutes lang to from the prosecution, victims, and the defense. Siyempre, patikim ito. Parang trailer. Patikim ito ng kung anong sasabihin nila later on. After lunch, so siguro sa Pilipinas, mag-compete natin.
After lunch, mga hapon yan, 7 p.m.?
2 p.m. So 7:30 ang airing sa Pilipinas.
No, 9 p.m. 7 hours in difference. 2 p.m. plus 7. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. Yeah.
So 9 p.m. Actually 9:30 ang airing sa Pilipinas. Magre-resume ulit yung court. Doon na magsisimula yung parang substance. At ito yung prosecution's submissions on the merits. Yung isa sa prosecutor, ang nangyayari kasi pwedeng, kunyari, ikaw first sentence, ikaw first charge, o ibang tao magsasalita. Pero ganun lang yun. May magsasalita at i-explain kung ano yung kaso.
Right.
Magre-revolve yan sa tatlong counts. Sa crimes against humanity in the acts of murder, count 1, 2, at 3. Count 1, DDS killings. Count 2, high-value targets. Count 3, barangay clearance operations o yung parang tinatawag na tokhang. So, yung pagpapaliwanag nila, hindi ko alam kung paano yung structure. Will they talk about the entire process first? Will they talk about tokhang as a government policy? Will they start with DDS as in Davao Death Squad? It's up to them. The possible intervention could come from the judges. So yung mga judges po, pwede nilang kausapin yung, excuse me, paki-clarify nga, could you repeat that again?
Right.
Could you elaborate? At dahil wala ngang witnesses na inaasahan, talagang yung prosecutor or member ng prosecutor's team lang ang magsasalita.
This is a 2-day event from what I understand?
4-day event.
4-day event, okay.
So,
wow. Hanggang Wednesday.
Hanggang Wednesday. Total speaking time, kumbaga,
Yeah.
is 12 hours. Yun yung screen time, kumbaga, ng entire process. Ang lalaki lang kasi ng break. So, first hour, then break 30 minutes, next hour, and then break ng 2 hours. Tapos 1 hour na naman. 3 hours ang total per day for the grand total of 12 hours for the 4 days. Break sa February 25. Ang maganda naman ito para sa magko-commemorate din ng February 25 EDSA People Power.
Yes.
May opportunity.
Oo, may momentum.
Oo, at saka wala kang mamimiss.
Correct.
Sa pelikula, kumbaga. Kaya, salitaan to. Essentially, ang makaka-enjoy lang dito yung mga naka-enjoy ng Quadco. At saka yung ibang mga senate hearings, yung mga sanay sa puyatan, At saka number 2, sanay sa yung parang mapipick up kung, yun na pala yun.
Right.
Kasi wala ditong drama, wala ditong magiging dyan na.
It's a professional real court.
It's a real court. So,
Yeah.
talagang babasa at babasa lang yung ano. Wala silang tipong, and therefore, wala ganon. Look at the screen. Although pwede yun.
Pwede you look at the scene, pero hindi you're out of order, you're out of order.
Walang ganon. Walang, as in, tuloy-tuloy ng salita.
Yeah.
Tapos, ang nakikita ko pa nga, dahil medyo polite sila, hindi ito yung tipong, excuse me.
Yes, you can't
Papagigilid ka
Karen.
sa gitna. Parang, siguro may isang pag mag-pause, sasabihin sa kanya na, can we interrupt you? Parang ganun.
Yeah.
May it please the court. So, this court is going to be very polite and hopefully we take our cue as well na, ganito pala itsura na. Ito yung sinasabi nila na, well, mix din naman ng common law system at saka civil law system. Ito yung British system mostly.
Mostly
Pero
British.
medyo may Americanized system din naman.
Right. And then I know you have to go back to eating and all, but just a question about what do you think about the updates about the other co-perpetrators? Pinag-usapan na natin matagal yan, di ba? Na Bato, Bongo and all. So now, it's official now. What we have been saying for... So what is the challenge right now? How is that gonna affect this one? Maging separate trials yung mga yon? Wala ng group Hague? And obviously, logistics din yan, di ba? If, in terms of... By the way, nasan si Bato? I mean, I haven't heard about him since last time we talked, right? So... what about that aspect? Because this is no longer just Digong, right? This is something now way bigger than Digong.
Kung sa amin, syempre gusto namin na makumpleto yung storya. Hindi pwedeng maiiwan yung isa, samantalang nung ginagawa yung krimen, magkakasama sila. Kaya, sa amin, Duterte has to be tried not alongside. Kasi pag when you say alongside, parang ano yun ihabol nyo sa kaso ni Duterte.
Yeah.
But it has to be tried together with Bato and other co-perpetrators. Bato at Camilo. Ako, ayaw ko pakawalan yung Bato. Kasi hindi ito magiging tokhang kung wala si Bato.
Correct.
Hindi ito magiging ganito kung wala siya.
Chief Operating Officer talaga. Yeah.
And then also, it's a list that starts from the top na parang you could imagine that the person at the top of the list is the one kumbaga, with most responsibility. So katulad ni Duterte. Kaya yung trial ni Bato kung sakasakaling mahuli siya kasi sa ICC, no arrest, no trial. Kailangan mo nang ma-arresto siya. So yun yung isang importanteng punto. Kailangan ma-ensure yun. Kaya lang yun nga, yung pag-announce na ganitong nangyari sa kanya ay sinasabi ng iba factor or militates against arrest. Kasi na-announce mo na di nagtago na.
Yeah.
Kaya, hindi ko alam, politics na yan at sa totoo, largely politika ng Pilipinas. Kasi tayo yung country na kung nasaan yung tao, tayo yung dapat mag-enforce ng warrant. Kaya yung kalalabasan, kung mahuli man siya, whatever trial will open against him will be separate and semi-independent. Sabihin na natin.
Pero parallel. Ish.
Not necessary din kasi ito pa, pwedeng maiba yung charges kay Bato.
Like worse
Madagdagan.
or madagdagan?
Pwedeng mabawasan.
Exactly yun nga. Yeah.
Pero at its core, ang krimen natin ay crimes against humanity in the acts of murder. Ang pwedeng kay attempted murder kay Duterte, ang pwedeng mangyari kay Bato, madagdagan na
Kasi mas directly
imprisonment.
involved. Yeah.
Yeah, imprisonment. Kasi PNP ang nang kulong. Pwede ding mabawasan. Kunyari yung attempted murders. Hindi, kumbaga, iparatang sa kanya. Pwede ding yung incidents, iba yung insidente na i-allude kay Bato de la Rosa. Although, I mean, alam natin na parang involved siya dun sa Espinosa case.
Right.
Which is part of Duterte's case. Kaya, there are some parts na kind of parallel, but, I mean, it really depends on when his trial will start. Kasi kung hindi yan magsasabay, talagang separate trial altogether.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, natapos na yung kay Duterte, hindi pa nahuhuli si Bato, talagang iba ang magiging itsura ng
Pero yung
kaso.
mga witnesses dito, can they also help there? Kasi this is the same
Yes.
mass atrocities case.
Oo. So, pwede ding mag-witness doon. Tapos yung iniisip nga namin, sometimes yung logistical concern ay, so, babalik mo yung witness. So, pwede kasi una, perpetuation of testimonies.
Yeah.
So, yung nasabi na nila before, pwede kumbaga ulitin or iharap na lang dun sa susunod. Kaya lang, madaming proseso yon. O kaya, Depende kung kunyari magsabay mismo, edi joint hearing. Isang beses lang uupo yung
Yun nga
witness.
inisip ko eh. Yeah.
Yun yung medyo best, kaya lang at this point, parang mahirap, hindi siya feasible. So, maraming factors, pero pwede sana yun. Na parang parallel trials, in fact, pwede nga same trials.
Yeah.
Pero at this point, it would appear it's a separate trial altogether. Kung sakali mabuksan yung kay Bato.
And should he get someone like Attorney Kaufman, because parang ang dami niyang extraneous pati yung mga politika sa Pilipinas pinapasok niya, political daw lahat yan yung should he get someone also very, let's just say, versatile in terms of skill set?
Well, I mean, he should get whoever he feels comfortable with.
At hindi mura to, di ba? I mean, this is
Well, yes, and someone is comfortable and he can afford. Pero yung isang baka hindi na pwede si Kaufman because in a case, parang preferably, lawyer only handles one accused within the same circumstances. Kasi parang, baka ma-buy one take one kasi.
Yeah.
Kaya, iba-iba yung dapat sana yung lawyer or legal team ng kada akusado para din ma-ensure mo yung parang independence, yung rights ng akusado kung trial na nga will be respected to the fullest extent possible. Hindi yung baka nakakalimutan ka ng abogado na tatlo yung kliyente, baka hindi ka na napansin.
So Harry Roque cannot?
He can.
Like from Zoom, from Austria? I mean, is he here? Di ko alam saan yung snow.
Well, he has to appear in person for the court and all. Pero hindi ko din alam kung anong sasabihin ng Austria patungkol dun sa asylum.
Well, he's having fun in the snow and all. I saw, ninamnam niya yung mga snow.
Kagabi nga yata parang nag-live pa sila na may gatherings.
Aba?
Okay naman yun. At least, na-enjoy niya kahit paano. Mag-ilang taon, magwa 1 year na.
Yeah, he's
in hiding. Ano ba tawag doon?
more than a year, I would say.
Ano tawag niya sa salita? In hiding ba?
Manhunt. Manhunt, I think that's the technical term. Last point, tuloy.
Hindi kasi, ang lagi niya sinasabi, yung family niya.
Yeah.
So parang doon naman ako. Pero at least,
he's a man of the people. He's a man of his family, of course.
At least, he's found family in Europe.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying na kailangan ng balimbing, but But anyway, totally unrelated ito, of course, dito sa Harry Roque issue and all of that. But what do you say about, I know I asked you guys kanina, parang Ronald Llama style, I come late, tapos ako pa yung may tanong. But, basically, what do you say to people are saying, bakit pa tayo umaasa sa mga dayuhan para magbigay ng hustisya? Hindi dapat, don't wash your dirty laundry before the world, embarrassing daw, nakakaya daw tayo. Yung mga ganitong rhetoric, may pagka-anti-colonial, ek-ek pa. Bakit tayo nandito? At what are the limits and opportunities that ICC provides? Because that raises the question of what about the rank and file who were involved in the AJ case na clearly hindi covered ng ICC. Mukhang hindi ata nagigets ng mga ibang kaibigan natin yan eh.
So, siguro akala nila, it's mutually exclusive. Pag nandiyan ka na sa ICC, wala na yung Pilipinas.
Right.
Kapag pinaboran mo yung ICC na isang di umano foreign court, ayaw mo sa domestic court. Ang daming misconception doon. Yung premise, mali na kaagad. The ICC is not a foreign court, it's an international court. There's kind of a fine line. I know it feels foreign because it's based abroad.
Yeah.
It hasn't had any presence in the Philippines prior to this. And in fact, until today, there's no quote-unquote presence physically. So, I don't know why people can't quite grasp this, but I've always talked about this in basketball terms.
Right.
Kung basketball po, ang PBA, atin yan. Ang NBA, foreign.
Correct.
Ang FIBA, international. At yung pagsali natin sa FIBA,
Ay,
ang
FIBA.
nagbibigay sa atin ng FIBA o kaya yung yung Olympics, ganyan.
Yeah.
So, nagbibigay sa atin yun ng karapatan. May say tayo dun sa institusyon ng FIBA kasi kabahagi tayo. Technically, equal footing tayo doon. Kaya yun yung perspective ng ICC. Equal before the law, equality of arms. Kaya, kung anumang bansa ka, may pwede kang paglapitan. Ang prinsipyo din dito, kailangan mong intindihin kung anong ibig sabihin ng term na, ano ba yung krimen?
Right.
Crimes against humanity. Krimen laban sa sangkatauhan. Kaya ang ibig sabihin po, yung sangkatauhan, may karapatang iproseso yan, lalo na kapag ayaw ng bansa o hindi kaya ng bansa. Eto naman, hindi namin sinasabi per se na bulok-bulok naman ng hustisya sa Pilipinas o
Right.
itinatatwa namin yung hustisya. Hindi, sa totoo lang po, hindi niya choice. Choice po ito nung nagsampa. Kaya, kung ipipilitan nyo na sundin namin yung gusto nyo, mali naman po yata yun na yung biktima pa ang pinagduldulan nyo at binigyan nyo ng kumbaga, one lane lang.
Yeah.
The ICC is a viable option. It's a legitimate option to avail of. And considering the circumstances, noong 2018 particularly, hindi naman tayo, Presidente si Duterte, hindi ka makakapag-file ng kaso dyan. Hihintay ka pa ba ng 2022 para may mangyari?
But were the domestic courts even open? I mean, ilang bang kasong nabuksan ukol sa EJK sa
The
Pilipinas?
domestic courts were open. Pero hindi lumalakad papunta dyan yung mga kalansay. Para makarating dyan, kailangan ng investigation. At sino mag-iimbestiga? Police. Kaya fail na kaagad dun sa first part.
At sinabi ni dating Justice Secretary Ombudsman na ngayong Ombudsman na parang binubura pa nila yung mga dokumentos,
Yun na nga
tampered yung evidence kaagad.
At sa simulat sa poll, baka nga walang ebidensya o kaya mali yung ebidensya kasi ang gagawa ng ebidensya yung police. At kaya nga na balita na maraming pinatay, may bala sa ulo, may saan, pero sa death certificate ang lalabas na matay ng bronchopneumonia. So yung ganung klaseng ebidensya na
Right, tampering talaga.
tampered, kumbaga, when it was produced, it was wrong in the first place. Hindi siya inedit, hindi siya, it was really wrong in the first place. So, mga police reports, mga drug operations documents, baka may mali talaga from the very beginning. Ang hirap pong remedyohin yan kapag patungtong kayo ng trial. Kaya yung ganyang issue, na-encounter namin first hand sa mga kasong sinampa namin. So, pa-isa-isa po kami na individual cases sa Pilipinas na sinubukan. Ilan kami na lawyers groups and cause-oriented groups na nagsumikap. Parang mabibilang sa daliri ng kamay yung nag-proceed talaga. Kasi ang dami mo kailangan lampasan. At primarily, unang-una sa lahat, yung investigation. Walang maayos na investigation at kung meron man, ang pangit.
Hindi ba maayos or systematically na-compromise na talaga to
Sige,
begin with?
i-correct ko, hindi inayos. Hindi inayos. Sa totoo, meron namang ibang ebidensya na okay. Kaya lang parang makikita mo yung pattern na it's either you don't have evidence at all or the evidence is not sufficient to support filing of charges. It's calculated such that impunity results. No one is taken to account. So, for example, yung kung mga barel. Kasi yung may nasamsam kang barel, ibig sabihin yung barel ay nagamit sa krimen, quote-unquote. At ito dapat ay sinamsam, dinala sa kanilang repository, sa evidence lab. Asaan ang barel sa 7,640 na deaths in police operations? O sabihin na natin, half no, 3,000. Asan yung mga yan? At ang nakakainis, hindi naman nakakainis nga nakakabagabag na parang, wala na. May ibang barel na yung serial number umuulit sa ilang kaso. May 5 kaso.
Correct.
5 kaso na umuulit-ulit yung serial number ng barel. Kaya talagang
Planted talaga, obvious.
planted, recycled pa.
Yeah. Recycled pa. On that environmentally recycling note, no, just to close this, is restorative justice, truth commission still the way forward dun sa rank and file, dun sa mga hindi chief perpetrators? Where do you stand on that? Kasi parang kausap ko yung mga iba-ibang tao dito, iba-iba yung perspective dito medyo alanganin
Sa totoo, it could be. It could be one aspect. Kaso sa ngayon, palagi ko usapin to ng timing. Not when the ICC case is pushing forward. Medyo mag-focus muna tayo dito. And 2, not when the victims don't ask for it themselves. So we hear from them, we learn from them, we feel what they need. And right now, what they need is something else. Yung Truth Commission is something that is kind of recommended or standard according to transitional justice mechanisms. So nababanggit naman po yan, lagi yan ang unang tatanungin, di ba dapat magka-Truth Commission? Sa totoo, pwede, pero may iba pang paraan na makuha mo yung katotohanan. At sa ngayon, ang pag-mount ng trial na katulad nito kung saan, malalaman mo yung katotohanan eh. Bago ka magkaroon ng katarungan, yung disclosure ng ebidensya on record is clearly very important.
Alright, maraming salamat.